In this video, I'm going to share 6 of the best viewpoints in Venice. If you're new to my channel, I create content that not only shows off the location, but also provides useful information such as how to get to places, information on tickets, etc. So if that's something that appeals to you, please stick around, hit thumbs up if you're enjoying the video, and also consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss out on any future content. First on my list is the highest viewpoint in Venice, and that is the Campanile De San Marco, otherwise known as St. Mark's Bell Tower. So this one, as you can see, is located in St. Mark's Square, and it stands at 99 metres tall. Entrance to this one is €10 per person, and like any major attraction in Venice, they get very busy and some very big lines. Always an advantage to buy your tickets in advance and take advantage of the fast track lane. I would advise to get there as early as possible. I think the opening time is 9 AM and this is how busy it was at 9:30 on a not so nice day, I'd imagine. This was also September, so I'd imagine peak season on a sunny day, yeah, the line is going to be significantly longer. So as I mentioned, you are up 99 metres, so this is the kind of view you get from the tower. You can actually access all 4 sides of the tower, and they have these information diagrams so you can see, identify what you're looking at depending what side of the tower you're at. Obviously it does offer a very good view of St. Mark's Square, as well as stunning views across the water and across the city of Venice. Number 2 on the list is a rooftop terrace. Now this one's actually free, and it's actually on top of a department store called the Fondaco Dei Tedeschi. For any Italians watching, I do apologise for my bad pronunciation. For this one, as I said, it is a fully functioning working department store, multi-levels, so you can do a bit of shopping before you make your way up to the rooftop terrace. To find this one, it's very close to Rialto Bridge, and it's actually on one of the sort of main thoroughfares that takes you to and from Rialto Bridge. So relatively easy to find. As with anything free in this world these days, the slight catch with this one is very popular, and they do book up fast. The maximum time you can book ahead is 21 days. So I would recommend, when you know your travel dates, just set something in your calendar to book the tickets 21 days in advance and you should be okay. Like I say, we visited in September, but I'd imagine in peak season it gets really busy because we already had to book 21 days out even for September. So here I'm just showing the website. For anything that has a website, I will attach a link in the description below. So the site is really easy to use. You just book tickets select the option for the rooftop terrace, number of persons, and as you'll see as I go through this here, this was for booking in March, around about March the 16th, and the earliest tickets I could get was 21 days in advance of March the 16th. So even around about March, it's still booked 21 days in advance. For this attraction, it's a maximum of 15 minutes, and you book your 15-minute slot on the website. So please arrive in plenty of time, because as you'll see when you book your tickets, they can't guarantee you will get access to the rooftop terrace if you arrive after the time that you booked to attend. Really easy to find the rooftop terrace. You just come in the main entrance, turn to your right, straight ahead you can see the elevator, and then it's just up to the top floor and just follow the signage from there. As you can see from the sign, the terrace is fully booked on this occasion, so as I said, the only option is to book your tickets in advance via the website. You then enter this sort of futuristic looking level, and then just take your place in the line, and then when it's your allocated time slot, you'll be guided up onto the rooftop terrace. The good thing about the terrace is they only allow an allocated number of people up at any one time, so it's not too busy. And even on a sort of overcast day like this, the views are still really impressive. Number 3 on my list is a real hidden gem. This is actually only a few minutes walk from St Mark's Square, and it is Contarni Del Bovolo. We really enjoyed this one, and we were here for the opening. So as you can see, it's very quiet, and we were actually the first people up the tower. And it's 28 meters tall, so it doesn't give you the same panoramic view that you get the 99 meters Campanile, but it's still a really sort of unique place. And no lift in this one. There are 80 steps to get to the top. Lots of history in this one as well. The St Mark's bell tower was originally, I think, the 12th century. It was rebuilt in the 16th century. This one was built in the 15th century. So amazing, when you're visiting these places, the sort of history, the people that have been here before you. Cost of entry to this one is €9 per person. However, similar to other Venice attractions, they do have reduced prices, for example, for children. So let's make our way up these 80 steps. The last section, just before you reach the top, is up these narrow stairs here, and then this leads out into a nice open space, and it gives you just a different view of the city. And you can actually look over to one of the places we visited earlier, the bell tower of St Mark's. For this one we did pre-book our tickets online, however you don't have to do this one, you can pay when you arrive. Next we are going to visit the first of 2 bridges on my list, and this is Accademia Bridge. No need to pay to access this one. Again, like many, if not all, Venice attractions, quite popular during the day. Bear in mind, a lot of people don't stay in Venice City itself. They stay outside Venice and they travel in during the day. So it's extremely busy during the day. You do have an option to come back at night or in the evening, and it should be a bit quieter. Venice does have a lot of bridges, obviously across the canals, so unfortunately access is a problem certainly for this bridge. It's only steps up to the bridge. You can of course still get really nice views from the side just down at ground level. Unfortunately for us, the weather wasn't great. If you haven't already sort of worked out, this is where you get the view of the classic sort of Venice postcard. It's the bridge that they're standing on to get this amazing view. If you are able to come back in the evening, you can see it's much quieter, and also the view from the bridge at night time is still really nice. Another piece of information, Accademia Bridge is the common route to access the Dorsoduro region of Venice, this sort of quieter region, and a lot of people do visit this. So this is what we did. We visited Accademia Bridge and then we went to the Dorsoduro region. Next is another bridge, probably the most famous bridge, and that is Rialto Bridge. Now this is a very busy spot, Around this bridge, you have the bridge itself and the stunning views that we'll see in a minute, but you also have markets, you have lots of restaurants. So you're never going to be alone in this bridge, even as you'll see in the evening at night time. If you want to capture some sort of good pictures of the Grand Canal, it's still quite busy even at night. This footage isn't the best. The camera was struggling in the low light, but I took this just to show you how popular it is for people taking pictures, taking selfies. But if you just move down the bridge a little bit, as you can see, I've managed to get a space here, and you do get a really nice view of the Grand Canal and sort of restaurants you can see down the side. There's the Vaporetto passing underneath. So a really busy but stunning bridge with some fantastic views. Depending on where you're staying, we stayed in the Cannaregio region of Venice, and this bridge was on our route to and from St Mark's Square, so we passed over this bridge quite a lot each day. And last but not least is a visit to the tower on the island of San Giorgio Maggiore. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to visit this one. However, there's a church, you can just see the distance on the island, it's free to enter, and it's €8 to enter the actual bell tower. So from this island, you'll obviously get lovely views back looking across the water towards St Mark's Square. I really do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please consider hitting the thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. I really would appreciate it. And if you have enjoyed this video, I highly recommend you watch my video on the top 15 attractions in Venice. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you in the next one.